real quick. So welcome to our group. This is Goblin and his buddy Polly. Now Polly has a blue band on his right wing. Goblin's like, hi. Goblin has a black band on each wing, but he also has the little pink notch on his right wing as well. So those different color markers are how you can tell the birds apart. So these two are our two newest additions that came to us last year. Hey Clinton. So Goblin is the oldest. He is 20. Polly is 11. Don't even think about it.
Sorry.
Where are you going, Goblin? I'm gonna trim your bill too. I need to trim that bill. It's driving me crazy. So they came to us about this time, a little earlier last year, to join our group of other 4 males. So we have just a bachelor group of males for the Magellanics. So as they walk by, feel free to kind of run your hand down their back if you'd like. So it's just 6 boys for the Magellanic pair, or for the Magellanic group. So we do not have or ever intend to have breeding recommendations for the Magellanics. So just having a bachelor group. Well, it's not a marathon. It's not a marathon. Oh, good.
What?
Oh my goodness. He's obsessed with you. He's like, hey. He's like, tell the bird keepers when you go over there, the penguins are cooler than birds. Even though they are birds. But as far as the flightless bird world, they're the coolest, aren't they? I think you guys have Mel this afternoon, so she'll get it if you tell her I said that.
Did you say you're going to trim a beak?
Yeah, so Goblin sometimes his upper mandible gets a little overgrown. See how it's a little overgrown? So yeah, it's just like trimming a fingernail. So, oh, hello. You need to tell me there's job security over here, guys. I'm like, I do need to get paid this week, okay? So feel free to shout it out. But yeah, it's just like trimming a fingernail. We can trim nails or beaks, things like that. Polly thinks that he has a nest over here, so now that I got him all excited, he's like, hey, since you're real excited too, why don't you go lay an egg for me? I think that would be great. What are you doing? Okay, come in. He's occupied. So yes, just a bachelor group of 6 for these guys. Everybody else we have breeding recommendations for. If we have one or more of every species. Thanks. One or more of every species in the building except for the Magellanics. These guys are just our tour birds that we can just bring out any time of day, any time of year, doesn't make any difference. These guys also being South American penguins, it also doesn't matter to them that it's 45 degrees in these holding rooms, so it's always ready for any bird in any situation. But they also don't mind being out here where it's 75 degrees as well either, because they can tolerate the warm temperatures as well as the cold temperatures, just like the Humboldts outside. So, a couple other things. All penguins are black and white for 2 reasons. Does anybody know either or both reasons why penguins would be black and white? Yeah.
If something is above it and looking down, they blend in with the waters. If something's looking up, it blends in with the sky.
Exactly right. It's called what? Camouflage?
Camouflage.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, bro. So, camouflage, because they will spend about 80 to 90% of their life at sea, they need to blend in with the sea. So predators that are swimming under them have a hard time detecting them as they're looking up and being blinded by this white belly and the sun bouncing off the surface water. Anything swimming above them, that black back is helping to blend in with the dark sea underneath them, and it's helping to blend in with that as well. So anything swimming above or flying above them. Any idea for the second reason? If they're spending 80% of their life at sea, where are they going to spend the other 20?
On land. Or on land.
On land, exactly. So why would it be helpful to be, I'm going to solve this problem. Why would it be helpful to be black and white and on land?
Does the black keep them a little warmer?
I mean, do I have mega geniuses here? Absolutely. It's called thermoregulation. So, Clinton's cheating with me on my birds. So yeah, it is for what we call thermoregulation. If penguins are on land and they get cold, they're going to turn their black back to the sun, Black will absorb heat faster and warm them up. What happens if you get too warm then? Turn around. And you reflect your white belly to the sun, and that's going to help cool your body down. So it's called thermoregulation. Now, another thing that these guys have that other penguins do not is if you notice how Antarctic and subantarctic penguins, how they are feathered all the way down their face and all the way down their feet. This is to protect them from the elements they're exposed to in their where they're from, like ice, wind, snow, things like that. Guess what South America does not have? Ice and snow. So these guys actually have another adaptation to help regulate their body temperature. So look how Humboldts and Magellanics are naked of feathers around their face and their feet that actually gives them extra surface areas on their body to ventilate heat from. So if you see that they are turning a little pink or a little red in the face, especially the Humboldts, since they're outside all year long, you're going to see it more often. It's their version of sweating. So they will, like we get flushed when we're hot, right? Same idea for them. So they are expelling that excess heat built up in their bodies through these surface areas that are naked of feathers. It's their version of sweating. So, where are you going? Are you so distracted that I put a trash can in your nest? That's really unfair, isn't it? I know, I'm so sorry. What else? Oh, as they walk by also, take a look as they blink their eyes. And it looks like they have a windshield wiper going across their eyes when they blink. And this is actually called a nictitating membrane. So it's kind of like for them having a built-in pair of goggles. So that way, when they are swimming and diving and rocketing through the water at about 30 miles per hour, they can still be allowed, it still allows them to see for hunting, but also, Polly's like, I don't want to leave you, but I kind of need to leave you. It's okay, we'll go. So yeah, so it still allows them to see for hunting, but it also protects their eyes from any particles or elements that are in the water that could be potentially damaging, you know, as they're going through there. Okay, let's go over here. Come on, Goblin. Hi. You just give me the over-the-shoulder look. Is that what that is, huh? Huh? You stinker. Goblin, are you coming? Are you getting jealous yet? Fidget was out here. Oh my gosh. I mean, I would be destroyed. Do not touch that bird. Shh. So he gets very jealous when other birds are out here getting
How do you
attention.
determine who comes out?
It's just based on kind of what their behavior is. So if they're like jumping at the bit to get at the door, we'll just kind of just separate them off, and whoever wins is the winner. There's some, actually Polly and Goblin are probably two of the more shyer birds that we have, so sometimes they'll just kind of be off to the side. That kind of gives us a pretty good indication that they're not really up for participating, so we won't choose them. So basically, whoever's chomping at the bit and getting out the door will come out. Fidget is one of our resident birds. He was one of our first two birds. Him and his sister were the first two birds pretty much to almost enter our building when we opened in 2003, and they were going to be our only two tour birds because, again, we never had any intentions of a breeding program, and obviously we were never going to breed a brother and sister pair because that's icky. So it was just going to be the two of them, but they became so popular, and they were out with us all the time. I mean, we were all over the place. Elevator rides, outside, in the driveway, I mean, all over. In the office, when the bosses show up, take them to your meetings with you. So we had to get more birds to accommodate as many requests as we were getting. So that is when we got Alejandro, Frijoli, and Cantante in 2008 to help Fidget and Shadow out. Shadow then eventually did get a breeding recommendation for a young male in, hey, Casey, do you know where our Gentoos came from, our four new ones?
Yeah, from Milwaukee.
Milwaukee.
Uh-huh.
And I know where they're from.
Where?
Indianapolis. Do you know where Tobias lives?
No way!
It dawned on me, like, as I'm sitting here talking to him, I'm like, oh man, I shouldn't be so nice.
I love Toby. Bring him back.
we were gonna like reband him as somebody else.
Yeah, we never tried to come up with ways that we can just
Right.
sneakily keep Chubby.
Right. Yes, of course that's Tobias. Just
Duh, it's obviously.
it's like, why is he not as snuggly as he wants to be?
I guess he knows. I don't know. Why is he like a solid 2 kilograms smaller?
Right, I know, right? Why is he weigh 10 pounds less?
No idea. No idea.
That's funny. So yeah, so Shadow went to Michigan a couple of years ago. So she started a family of her own, and then these two came to us about this time last year. Give me 1 second here. I am going to. These guys are being so weird about this water fountain corner. Couple minutes. This is gonna be a little dangerous because it is Fidget. So, come on, handsome. So this is my true love upstairs. Anyway, don't tell him that I have a boyfriend downstairs. This is Fidget. So him and his sister were two of our originals, and now Goblin is all been out of shape about it. So, hi, sweet boy. How was your weekend? Huh? How was your weekend? What did you do? Did you go put on your eclipse glasses? Huh? Did you? So, Fidget. So Fidget is 14, and then the other 3 boys, Allie, Cantante, Friholi, are 8. 9, sorry.
Have you sent any penguins to the Dallas or Fort Worth?
We have gotten birds from Dallas Aquarium, World Aquarium, but
Dallas
I
World
don't think,
Aquarium or Dallas Zoo?
I think the aquarium. I don't think the zoo. I think the aquarium. But I don't think we have sent any birds because when we opened in 2003, we gathered birds from Dallas Aquarium, I believe. Oh my gosh, now I've forgotten. SeaWorld Orlando. And, oh, you stinkers. We gathered birds from 4 institutions. So that way, by gathering birds from different institutions will help to create a diverse genetic gene pool.
Yeah.
So for courtships and breeding and things like that. So, and that's what any institution is going to want to maintain as far as breeding programs, is a diverse collection, genetic variations of birds. So whenever we get too many of one bloodline, like Tobias was actually the 4th generation of his family tree here at the zoo. So, which was really cool for us to say, but at the same time, it gave us no genetic variances within that line. So by sending Tobias to Indianapolis, it gave us the opportunity, it gave him the opportunity to spread his genetic line further to other institutions. So, come here, my darling. I just love you so much, and I missed you. Good boy. Hi. Oh, don't even start it. Go away. Now you want to be my boyfriend? I couldn't even get you to come over here and acknowledge me 5 minutes ago. No, he's not my boyfriend. You're my boyfriend. But only upstairs, okay? Because Barry's my boyfriend downstairs. Don't let it get confused. So, what else? What am I forgetting? I'm forgetting something. I've been so distracted now that I got Fidget.
Do you have a nursery, like a penguin nursery, like Georgia Aquarium has the nursery with the little derpy dumb ones that just got hatched and they just sleep and poop.
Yeah, so we can bring, we have our brooder boxes that we don't have like a specific nursery, but we just raise them in the office, so we can put them in the office with us. And then in the brooding room, once they get to a certain age, we'll start to acclimate them to the brooding room. And then once they graduate from that, the other 2 rooms that these guys live in have the swimming pools. So we can start acclimating them to swimming lessons, but all the while they're engaged with us, so that way we can teach them how to, if we have to hand rear them, which we don't like to, we want the parents to do as much of that work as possible, because it is very time consuming. But if for some reason we do have to raise them, will start with this process. So they'll start in the brooding in the little incubator boxes in the office, and then they'll graduate up to the brooding room, and then graduate into the big kid rooms with the pools, and then all the while they're being fed by us, teaching them how to hand feed from us. We'll eventually teach them how to tray feed from us. We'll teach them, how to swim and all those things. So, and then they'll get to do tours. Oh my goodness! Oh, he's a mess. He's a mess. When I bring him out with his sister, they just fight. Oh my gosh.
So he had like a little bare spot right here on his chin.
Let me see. Oh yeah, he's probably grooming.
Oh,
Or
okay.
actually somebody is probably grooming him. So, and molting season for them is coming up pretty soon too. This is one thing I didn't talk about. So penguins will go through an annual molt cycle. We'll go through an annual molt cycle every year where they will shed all of their feathers all at one time and grow new feathers back. So penguins will always look the same, but they will, just like kids outgrow their school clothes each year, it's like kind of the same thing for them. So they'll shed all of their feathers at one time. Puffins don't really do that. They will go through transitional phases where they will look different throughout the year. Right now, we're at the end of the breeding season, so we'll still see them in their breeding plumage right now, which is what these graphics are. But in the non-breeding season, they're going to molt and transition. These guys will... Is that elevator going to open? Oh, stay off that elevator. These guys will transition into a solid blackbird through the winter time, and these guys will go solid black on top and just white on the bottom. So they'll go through different color variations and look a little different at different times of the year. So, but penguins, their molting is getting ready to come up in October, so that's probably why they're starting to kind of do this grooming thing.
Is that just part of their thing, or is that part of like a mating
No,
situation?
that's just part of their biology. So it's something, a biological process that all of them will go through every year. So, are there any questions that you guys have? Oh, they just said it's so jealous. Oh. Okay.
I'm out of here.
I know, it's like, open this door. Are you gonna talk to the corner?
What did you go to school for?
Biology originally, hate chemistry. Oh my God, that was awful. So I get biology and I could, I got through that pretty easily, but chemistry, I just hit after so eventually I ended up finishing with psychology and sociology, and then all my biology classes ended up being my electives. So very well-rounded science
So when they do this, what are they doing? Just
So they're communicating. This is penguin language. So they could be cussing each other out for all I know. I don't know. It's often a courtship calling for a mate to call another one back to the nest. That braying, they often are called jackass penguins because they sound like donkeys braying. So that's often what that vocalization is. That is Fidget's nest corner over there by the elevator. So he's likely calling for probably me to come over there and sit in his nest, which I cannot do. But also they have like another vocalization. It's very soft, kind of cooing voice. It's like a oh, and so they're just locating each other, like figuring out like, hey, where are you? We're a man down, so they're just trying to figure out where they are. So different vocalizations will mean different things. I am not the most lingual person in regards to the English language, Spanish language, or penguin language, or any other language for that matter, but you do pick up on some subtle cues from time to time. I am going to go ahead and open up this door because these guys are going to start getting a little rambunctious here in a second. But any other questions that you guys have before? Goblin will go. Fidget is like a child trying to put him away, so. Any other questions that you guys have?
which one is this one?
Fidget. Fidget's the only one with one band. So he's the only one banded one. He actually didn't have any bands for the longest time. Fidget. That trash can matches probably. Hi, Fidget Boo Boo. Fidget Boo Boo. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and put these guys up so we can skedaddle through the exhibit, and then I can give you guys to, I believe Debbie is gonna pick you guys up to take you to your other tour. Let's see if I can get Fidget to. Goblin, are you gonna be the bouncer? He's just kind of standing at the door. Come here, my darling penguin, not you. Fidget. Bitch, he's like, I don't want to go in the hallway because you're going to put me away. Hi, sugar bear. Hi, sugar bear. Okay, let's go, kids. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Ready? Ready, Fred? Really? He's like, no! I know what that means. This is your walking board. Yeah. It means you get to walk it.